Hey guys, it's Jared with today's day trading recap. Today I had not a very good day. I am going to finish the day slightly green on a gross standpoint, but from a net standpoint, when you take into consideration commissions, I'm going to be net negative just barely. But I just overtraded today. It wasn't a very principled trading day, but I did have a couple nice trades that I was going to share today. But you'll see in the background on my next trade that I took a lot of stabs at it before I got even the next trade right. But this one was fairly clean. This one is BTBT. This is essentially a crypto play because they've bought a bunch of crypto mining facilities. So this is shooting up on, let me show you the daily here. So it's been shooting up basically as crypto's gone wild here. So it's a crypto play, and they're strong here. These dash black lines I took from the pre-market, so those are pre-market levels if you're wondering where I get them. And you can see it started strong, and what I saw here is lots of bullish volume. It pushes up, then we throw the shooting star. Now the shooting star can be a bearish sign, and indeed in the next candle we did press down here. We pressed down. Now this is a lot of bearish volume, so to me this doesn't necessarily say, all right, take this long. The reason why this volume bar being so high and bearish didn't scare me away is because of the way it played out. So about half the volume on this candle came in on the way down, and about half the volume came back on the ricochet. So the ricochet happened pretty quickly and pretty aggressively, and that really makes it, because a lot of people just say, all right, it threw a hammer right here, which is typically a bullish sign, all right, go long. But we have to factor in the volume action as well, and the volume confirmed this as a hammer, meaning half the volume came in on the bearish, but the ricochet was strong, aggressive, and over half the volume, or about half the volume. So I like that. It pressed above. I really wanted to get in close to this 28.45 level that I had from pre-market, but there's a lot of slippage. This thing was moving quick, it was all over the place, so my entry could have been better, but I still liked my entry. Now this trade really stressed me out though, because right after I entered, it started pressing all the way against my max loss, so it turned against me before it went in my favor, and it was very stressful. Again, there's a lot of slippage. The price action here wasn't as smooth in real time as it appears from the chart, but I had this $30 mark earmarked as a potential out here, so I took it long. I partial out pretty aggressively around 29, 29.50, all the way up to about $30. And then I had a good position still left, like, you know, a reasonable position still left. I had it set to break even, and instead of my last shares getting out here, I actually lost money on getting out. And the reason was I had the order put in, but there was so much slippage. So this kind of shows you, this is how wild that price action was my limit order was set right here, and I got filled down here. So this was a nice trade in that it did what I expected or wanted it to do, what I thought it would do, but I don't know that's a sustainable trade, because it went all the way and was toying with my max loss and almost stopped me out right off the get-go. And on top of that, I don't really like to see this much slippage or this big a spread when I'm trading. Now right now it's 6 cents, you know, it's post-market, but in real time it was like 10 cents, and this thing was moving quick. So I don't know if it's sustainable, but I did like the trade overall. It did require me to incur a lot of stress though. Here's the other trade, and you can tell right here, I told you I overtraded today. I could have called it, so that first trade on BTBT, if I would have just called it right then, that's 120% of my daily profit goal. But I think I felt lucky after that trade, because it almost stopped me out and then ended up being great, but it made me very nervous, and I almost feel like I didn't earn it, so I felt like I needed to keep trading, which is a terrible idea. And so I took some trades here. This is stop out, stop out. The trade I want to talk about is this long right here, which was a solid long. And what happened here was, after stopping out a couple times, you can see we had a nice rounding bottom. We had volume starting to come in almost equal to the bearish volume here, and then volume really started coming in this candlestick, which pushed it up. So I went ahead and took it long, and really for the next 4 minutes I couldn't decide if this was going to work out for me or not. My stop out was actually a new 1 minute low, so if we got a lower low than this one, and we got real close right here, but we didn't quite make it, I was going to stop out. But this whole time was very nervous. I didn't know if we had it in us, but it worked out. Took some partials, partial, and this right here is an ad. This is a terrible ad because it brought my break even up so far. So this is a bad ad, but I did add there, and then I thought this 46 might hold because we had all these moving averages nearby. I don't know. I thought it was going to hold, so I added again, and then brought my stop loss to break even, which was like right below that ad at this point. So this is just bad trade execution here at the end, but overall this is still a nice profitable trade for me. But room for improvement, don't add there. That's just a terrible ad. And then I don't mind this ad. If I had only done this second ad right there, my break even might actually have been low enough to withstand this pullback and have an opportunity to ride it back up. But that was my day, choppy, and first day of the trading year. Could have been better for sure. So let me leave it there, and we'll get back at it tomorrow.